As a teacher, how has remote learning changed the way that you're teaching your class?
Well, I teach young children how to read. So at first it was like, oh gosh, how can you do that remotely? I've tried two ways. The first is with Zoom, having Zoom
Mhm.
classes and setting up games and trying to make it interactive. And the second is making a YouTube channel. So sending out first grade YouTubes, second grade YouTubes, and really with those trying to make them interactive too. So they're not just like staring at me on the screen, but they have these little letter boards where they're manipulating things and doing and talking. So it's been kind of a fun challenge to figure out how to make something that could just be, eyes glazed over looking at a screen turn into an interactive kind of element.
A lot of my teaching hasn't changed because since we've had Chromebooks, for the last, who knows, 5 to 8 years, I would do Chromebook lessons every once in a while in class. And there's a lot of great resources like Brain Pop is paid for by the PTO, and we have TED Ed. Gizmos, the district paid for, so that's a great interactive thing. The biggest change I'm trying to figure out is how to actually communicate with everyone.
So how do you think that those changes will change the way that you teach in the future?
I'm learning how to use different means to communicate. So I'm trying to figure out how to use Remind, Google Voice, and definitely use those things next year for assignments like science fair when I need to get out a lot of information quickly. So a lot of those tools I'll definitely use next year.
And I'd say for me, teaching reading, I'm a reading intervention teacher. The tech isn't ideal, so I don't think I would use this format. But if they're out on an independent study, or if they're even for the summer, a child who needs that boost, oh my gosh, I have my YouTube channel done. So I can use that as a tool when the kids are out.
So what has been like the most surprising thing about this current situation, like whether it's positive or negative?
One really positive thing is a lot of different companies are making their curriculum free.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting to see how all these people are rallying around to try to support kids. And then what's really interesting to me is I have, a few kids, maybe like 20% in each class, who are doing much better work in this scenario. So I don't know if it's like they get to sleep in, or they get to work whenever they want, or if they're able to, go on a bike ride and get their energy out before they settle in. But there's a few out there who are doing an amazing job, and they're doing better work when I'm not there. So that was really kind of cool to see.
And I would say one of the fun surprises has been this, the spirit of collaboration amongst the teachers, where this happens. We've never had training. We don't know what this looks like. Is it a packet of worksheets? And over time, we're realizing there's other ways to do it. So having, these impromptu Zooms with other teachers, or a teacher text saying, oh, I want to do Instagram Live. Can I send it to you first to try it out? Just being inspired by all these ideas and this need to be creative. It's pretty empowering, or it's pretty inspiring to look at other staff members and realize how much we've learned.